This just happened, and it's dominating the conversation among Chargers fans. The team just made a move nobody expected. It's the kind of decision that could completely change the course of the season. I got some hot, exclusive information that hasn't yet appeared on any major portal. But before I reveal everything, if you truly love the Chargers, like and subscribe to the channel now, because what I'm about to tell you is going to be hot. What we saw in practice this week was a worrying scene. 5 key starters were absent. Among them was Ladd McConkey, a rookie wide receiver who quickly established himself in Justin Herbert's offense. The youngster, who was coming off a solid performance against the Raiders, 5 receptions for 48 yards, a team high in the game, has a biceps problem and is a serious doubt for the matchup against Denver. His absence isn't just statistical, but also emotional, as McConkey proved to be a reliable outlet in moments of pressure. Another warning sign was linebacker Daiyan Henley, who didn't leave the field due to injury, but rather illness. The player battled a severe sinus infection and even a fever on Monday night, but despite his weakness, he delivered one of the team's most inspiring performances: 10 combined tackles, a sack, and an interception. Derwin James, a defensive leader and a respected voice in the locker room, was full of praise for his teammate. Daiyan couldn't get out of bed all week, but he played like Superman. He gave us everything he had. These words demonstrate the depth of the linebacker's dedication, but also reveal his concern about how long his body will be able to withstand the strain. The list goes on. Elijah Molden, a key safety for the defensive system, has a hamstring problem. Tight end Will Dissly is experiencing knee pain, and Justin Eboigbe, a key player in the defensive line rotation, is dealing with a foot injury. Furthermore, cornerbacks Cam Hart and Tarheeb still participated only limitedly, dealing with hip and knee/shoulder issues respectively. To make matters worse, veteran Khalil Mack was officially placed on injured reserve, meaning he will be out for at least 4 games. Coach Jim Harbaugh, in a press conference, made it clear that the priority at the moment is roster management. He noted that the schedule isn't helping, as the team played the Raiders on a Monday night and now has a short week of preparation. Many starters were spared from activities precisely to speed up the recovery process. Still, the feeling is that the team is walking a tightrope. Any prolonged absence could be costly. If McConkey is truly unable to play, the ball will inevitably fall to Quentin Johnston, who has been showing remarkable progress. The wide receiver scored a 60-yard touchdown against the Raiders and had already shown in the season opener in Brazil against the Chiefs, with 79 receiving yards. His explosiveness and confidence grow each week, and the opportunity to take on even more prominence could make Johnston a key player in keeping the offense humming. What's clear is that the Chargers are facing an early test of their depth and resilience. Every week, every practice, every medical decision can alter the course of the season. Fans know, to win championships, talent isn't enough. You also need to be resilient to the unexpected. When the news broke that Khalil Mack would be placed on the injured list, the feeling among fans and analysts was immediate concern. After all, we're talking about one of the team's leaders, a player who commands respect on and off the field, in addition to being a vital piece of the Chargers' pass rush. Without him, the defense could lose significant intensity and experience. But the front office was quick to react. A few hours later, Clelin Ferrell's name surfaced backstage at the training facility, and confirmation soon followed. The former Raiders and 49ers player is officially wearing the Los Angeles jersey. The signing was seen as a strategic and necessary move. Ferrell, the former number 4 pick in the 2019 NFL draft, may not have reached the level expected when he entered the NFL, but his experience and versatility make him a valuable addition in a time of need. In his 4 years with the Las Vegas Raiders, he recorded just 10 sacks, a number that drew criticism, especially given the weight of the high pick. Later, in San Francisco, he found a place in a rotational role, recording 3.5 sacks, a figure he repeated last year with the Washington Commanders. Now Ferrell's mission is different. He joins a team that already boasts young talent like Tuli Tuipulotu and rookie Kyle Kennard, as well as the veteran presence of Bud Dupree. But with Mack out for at least 4 games, the space is open for Ferrell will perform well and help maintain a high-level defensive line. Jim Harbaugh knows he can't expect him to be an immediate savior, but rather part of a machine that needs to work collectively. Another important detail is that Ferrell's arrival didn't compromise the team's financial planning. Before the signing, the Chargers had approximately $12.9 million in salary cap space, meaning the move was calculated and won't impede future adjustments during the season. It's the kind of reinforcement that adds value without suffocating the management's options. What's most interesting, however, is the emotional context of this signing. Ferrell returns to the AFC West, the division where he was criticized and questioned for years, now with the chance to rewrite his history. Many analysts point out that this could be a golden opportunity for the player to show he still has energy and can be useful in a scheme that has already proven effective in the first weeks of the season. For him, it's more than just signing a contract. It's a chance to regain confidence and perhaps even surprise those who already considered him a minor player in the league. But the movement didn't stop there. The Chargers decided to further strengthen the defensive depth and confirmed another signing shortly thereafter. If Clelin Ferrell's arrival has already given the Chargers' defense a boost, the front office has shown it's not willing to stop there. Within a few hours, another move was announced: the signing of Rashad Weaver to the practice squad. The decision may seem discreet at first glance, but it reveals a strategic plan that goes beyond simply plugging temporary holes. Weaver is young, has a history of potential, and arrives to be developed within the system, with the real possibility of moving up to the main roster given the current spate of injuries. Weaver is 27 years old and was selected by the Tennessee Titans in the 4th round of the 2021 draft with the 135th overall pick. At the time, expectations were that the defensive end could become a solid addition to the defensive rotation, given his strong athleticism and versatility. His initial 4-year, $4.1 million contract seemed to pave the way for stability, but his trajectory wasn't so straightforward. Weaver ended up being one of the Titans' final cuts last season, paving the way for a journey marked by attempts at a fresh start. After Tennessee, he briefly moved to the Texans, where he was signed to a 1-year contract but appeared in only 3 games in 2024 without posting significant statistics. He then moved to the New York Jets, also on a short contract through 2025, but was ultimately released before he even made a dent. Now, in Los Angeles, he finds a chance to rebuild his career with a team that needs exactly what he can offer: depth, energy, and a willingness to prove himself. The most interesting detail is the timing of this signing. With Khalil Mack on the injured list and the defense forced to reinvent its rotation, the Chargers needed alternatives not only for today, but also for tomorrow. Weaver may even start on the practice squad, but the proximity of games and the natural attrition of the season increase the likelihood of him being promoted sooner than expected. For Jim Harbaugh, it's always positive to have players on the door, ready to respond when called upon. Another point worth highlighting is the contrast in profiles between Ferrell and Weaver. While the former arrives with the baggage of a first-round pick and the pressure of living up to that reputation, Weaver arrives without the spotlight, almost like a project to be polished. And this type of player often surprises, as he doesn't carry the same burden of expectations and can perform with less weight on his shoulders. For the Chargers, it's a low-risk move with high potential returns. Behind the scenes, the feeling is that management is sending a clear message to the squad and the fans: no one will be complacent in the face of difficulties. The season started promisingly, with 2 wins and an impressively balanced defense, but fitness issues could easily undermine that confidence. By acting quickly, bringing in Ferrell and Weaver, the coaching staff gives the impression that they have a well-defined plan for every scenario. The matchup against the Broncos will be decisive. Every pass, every tackle, and every play will show whether the Chargers can turn pressure into victory. It's time to prove that the collective is stronger than any obstacle, and you, fan, can't miss a single detail of this electrifying season. So, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the exclusive news about the Los Angeles Chargers.